Hi everyone, this is a video over Unit 2, Lesson 7, which is compound statements. If you'd like to take a look at our learning goals for today, you're more than welcome to pause the video and read the learning goals. Before we get started on compound statements, I wanted to review what we've talked about in the past, and that's the conditional statements, which is the if-then statement, and it has a hypothesis and the conclusion. We're going to call the hypothesis our P and the conclusion our Q. So for this example, if it rains, this would be my hypothesis, or other known as P. Then I will bring an umbrella, which is our conclusion, which we'll call this Q. So the hypothesis is it rains, and the conclusion is I will bring an umbrella. The compound statements are statements that are connected with the words and or. When you use the word and to connect two statements, that is known as a conjunction. An example of that would be if it is sunny and I have money, then I will go to the amusement park tomorrow. An example of or, which is a disjunction, would be if Jason or Laura goes to the party, then I will go too. So again, and goes to conjunction, or is disjunction. Okay, an example, determine if each statement is a conjunction, which is the word and, or a disjunction, which is the word or. If you open the refrigerator and forget to close it, then you waste energy. Again, the word and makes this a conjunction. If you live in Canada or the United States, then you live in North America. With the word or, this is a disjunction. The last example, if a figure is a rhombus and a rectangle, then it is a square. And the word and makes this a conjunction. Okay, the next is compound truth tables. And again, the truth table is just a way of organizing your true-false value. For this, the symbol, the caret top, that means and. So we're only going to mess with the hypothesis of this statement. We don't care about the conclusion at all right now. So we only care about if the phone rings and I am in the shower. Now, in order for that hypothesis to be true, then that means that the phone has to ring and I have to be in the shower. So basically right here, this last column is the truth value of the hypothesis statement, which would be the whole thing, so P and Q combined. Now, in order for P and Q to be true, so in order for this column here to have a truth value, that means we have to have P to be true and Q to be true. So for this first row, P is true, Q is true, therefore P and Q is true. The next one, P is true, but Q is false. Now, are P and Q true? No, therefore it's a false value. The next one, P is false, Q is true. They're not both true, therefore it is a false value. And the last one, P is false, Q is false. Okay, so are P and Q true? No, they're false. The hypothesis is true only if the phone rings and I'm in the shower for this example. Otherwise, the hypothesis is false. Okay, let's look at exclusive or inclusive. That deals with the word or. An inclusive statement is when both of the two statements that are combined with the or, it's when both of them can be true. They don't have to be true, but they could be. So these examples would be if Laura or Ben go to the movie, then I will go. So Laura can go, and then I will go. Or Ben can go to the movie, then I will go. Or both of them can go, and then I will go. See how it can work 3 different ways? Another example is if I pass math or English, then I get $20. So you could get $20 if you pass math, you could get $20 if you pass English, or you could get $20 if you pass both. Now, exclusive, that's when they cannot, both of them cannot be true. So there's no both in there. An example of that would be if you were born in December or January, then you were born in the heart of winter. Now notice, you cannot be born in 2 different months. You either are born in December or you're born in January, but not both. The other statement, if the bird is a King Island emu or a Kangaroo Island emu, then it is extinct. Okay? So the bird could be one or the other, but it cannot be both. So again, inclusive means that both could be true. Exclusive means either one or the other, but not both. So let's look at examples. Determine if the disjunction is exclusive or inclusive. Now, exclusive means not both. Inclusive means could be both. So the first example, if you or Sarah pick me up, then I will go. Now this statement is being said as if you have a car or Sarah has a car, okay? But you and Sarah won't be riding together. So either one of them, either you or Sarah, will pick me up, then I will go. I can't be in 2 cars at one time. So therefore, this is not both. So this would be exclusive. The next example, if you were born in July or August, then you might be a Leo. Again, we've talked about this, how you can't be born in 2 months. So since this is not both, this would be exclusive. Number 3, if I get a dog or a cat, then I will have a new pet. Now your parents may not agree with you getting a dog or a cat at the same time, but is it possible? Yes. I could go out tomorrow and pick me up a new dog, and I could pick me up a new cat. Since they both can happen, this means that it's inclusive. Let's look at the exclusive and inclusive truth tables. Before we had the caret top, that means and, but whenever it's upside down, that means or. So we're saying if a figure is a rectangle or a rhombus, then it's a parallelogram. So the first one says P is true and Q is true. Now, we're trying to say, are P or Q true? Well, yes, P is true, and so is Q. We have at least one of them to be true. Therefore, P or Q is true. The next one, P is true, Q is false. Okay, so are P or Q true? Yes, one of them is true, and that would be P. Therefore, the statement P or Q would be true. The next one, P is false, Q is true. Now, are P or Q true? Yes, Q is. Therefore, P or Q is true. P is false, Q is false. So are P or Q true? Nope, that's false. The hypothesis is only false if a figure is neither a rectangle nor a rhombus. Okay, writing compound conditionals. You have the informal way, which would be my parents said that I can go to the movies if I fold the laundry or clean my room. The compound conditional says if I fold the laundry or clean my room, then I can go to the movies. So basically, the if statement is written at the beginning with the compound conditional. Let's look at these examples. I'll stay home if I have a fever or sore throat. So again, we need to write that from informal to compound. So we would say, if I have a fever or sore throat, then I'll stay home. Number 2, you can't drive a car unless you have a license and carry auto insurance. So we're going to say if you don't have a license and carry auto insurance, then you can't drive a car. So if you don't have a license and carry auto insurance, then you can't drive a car. To summarize what we've talked about in today's lesson, remember that to combine or to have compound conditional statements, use the operators and or. An and would be a conjunction. If you use the word or, that's a disjunction. And there's 2 options there. If P and Q both are positive, if you answered yes to that, then that would be an inclusive statement. So that means that both of them can happen. Or if they cannot both happen, that would be exclusive.